Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, I finally think I maybe am going to make some progress on cleaning up my garage here. We're gonna see, but I'm gonna do a bunch of, I don't know, time lapse or whatever you call it. I'm gonna fast forward and start kind of doing stuff. I did a bunch of preliminary measurements. I bought something large, did a video on that if you want to see me put together something. And I sat, thought some more, and kind of looked around and thought some more, and finally I think I got an idea. I've realized that a couple things about cleaning my garage. One, everything needs to go in a different place. So I gotta quit procrastinating about moving things that I just really don't want to move. And two, sometimes you gotta buy stuff that just works rather than try and put together stuff that you already have, for lack of a better way of putting it. So let's get to it. I just thought about something that I think is going to work better here than this, and I think this will work better in another spot, because quite honestly I don't get into that very often. It's mostly parts that I want to keep, or parts off of like cars that I own that I've replaced other parts on but they're still good parts type thing. And even cars I don't own any more parts, which I need to go through this and see what I can sell, throw away, keep, whatever I need. I have probably 3 cars that I don't even own anymore in this pile of parts. Something that is important is my toolbox. I didn't really think about it, but really if I bring my toolbox up front, there won't be enough room for my truck to pull onto the lift right now. So I've got to get my toolbox back towards the wall more, and it will fit in that spot. I didn't think it would when I first started doing measurements, and it'll hang a little bit over my welding table, but I think I can push my welding table over enough to where that won't matter. I might need to move some stuff on the wall. A lot of this stuff, yet again, is just the next direction I'm taking. I'm seeing if I like certain things in certain spots, and if I like it, it'll stay there. But there's other things that I know later on when the Mustang gets out of my garage, I'm going to be able to move those there. Namely, my welding table is going to be probably where my Mustang is, right here, just kind of sitting out in the middle. I'm going to have it so I can roll it around wherever I want to, but that's primarily where it's going to sit. And so I know all that stuff is going to change at some point. So right now I am going to actually, I'm glad I didn't put everything away, but I'm going to actually move that cabinet, and my toolbox right here is going to sit there. So I got to move stuff around. I'm not going to show you every little bit anymore. This has got to be getting long and boring, and all I'm doing is sorting through things and moving around things. If you really want a video of that, tell me, and later on I will probably be sorting things and moving things around again. So if you really want that video yet again, you know, comment below or something. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and move that. I'll show you where I'm going to move it, because that's going to be part of this video. A couple things. You might wonder why I left this and didn't just bring this all the way to the top. Couple reasons. Where I was gonna put this, I needed to chop like the first little nub off of here. I was gonna have to cut like 1 inch off the top of it here. So that's part of why I left that like that to begin with. But also on the other hand is right now this will work for the size, and I can reach real easy right here. I don't have to get up on my tiptoes and that kind of stuff to reach the top. So I thought I'll keep it that way. It's not that hard. All you have to do is bang this out, move it up, and bang it back in. That doesn't take any tools. So even with it sitting here next to the wall, I should be able to do that if I decide I want to move some of these around. So there's that question, hopefully answered before somebody asks it. Some of you may be wondering where I was planning on putting it, and it was going to be underneath this, and that right there would have been too short, and I do use that. I don't want to deal with that stuff right now. At some point when I get to my Mustang, a lot of that stuff is Mustang stuff that will be going into my Mustang here, and it'll be gone, and then I'll tear that down and do something different maybe. It's actually been really good storage. I really want to get away from wood shelving. I want to go just like buy more of the metal shelving, because like that works good up there, but if I had the metal shelving, I'd be able to do it all the way down, which was kind of my plan, is why I bought that. I was going to put that here, and I was going to put all these things on it. What it is, I fill these up with hunks of metal and parts and pieces and thingamajigs and doodads, and as you can see, it's gotten completely out of hand, and I have just stuff piled all over here again. I can walk through here surprisingly, but not very easily or very well, and it looks like turd. So this, I'm hoping, will go over on those shelves, which is I made them for this size here and to be able to have a little bit of something sticking out, but not too much so I don't get them out of hand. But those work really good for my doodads and thingamajigs. And I'll be honest, you might say, well, all that stuff is just scrap metal and junk that you don't need to keep, but about once a week I come and grab something out of this scrap metal and junk and build a bracket or build a tool or use it for something. So it's stuff I want to keep in decent shape. At some point I'm hoping to have some outdoor storage where I can keep stuff like this, but right now I do not have that. So all this stuff here is going to be moved directly. Yet again, I don't know as I'm going to show you all that, because it's just going to be me sorting through all this stuff, and some of it does need to go. And the other thing is going to be me just, you know, packing it back and forth and stuff, and that's probably going to take me, you know, quite a long time, maybe even weeks to get it all finished. But I'm hoping when it's all said and done, this will be consolidated down and be fitting on this shelf, and hopefully only taking a couple of shelves, and I'll have all the rest of it will be storage for other things. Now it's going to be out in the open and not covered up like it would be in a cabinet or in like a wood cabinet, but yet again, almost nothing in those do I ever get into these for almost any reason at all. Most of it's parts and pieces from cars. Yet again, actually a lot of tools that I can use to build other tools with, or just junk. A lot of it's just junk. A lot of it needs to just go, and I want to get rid of all this, and I need to get rid of all this up here, which all looks like junk on a shelf as well. So if I can make my junk on a shelf instead of stacking on top of other things, kind of like this here, and I can get it over here where it's just more sorted out, it's still going to look nicer than that. As you can see, I'm really good at balancing stuff. In the end, I've moved a lot of stuff, and although it doesn't look like I made a huge difference, it actually has given me a lot more room down here in front of my lift for when I pull my truck in. I'm not having to squeeze around it, I'm hoping. Considering I had this right here kind of over in the corner sticking out a ways, and my truck still fit in here, I think with that cleared back against the wall, that's going to really help things a lot. I should be able to, I'm hoping all my bins when I'm said and done will go down on the bottom and maybe part of the second shelf. So I'm going to have hopefully a couple shelves. I've already got the top kind of sorted out with stuff. We'll see if that stays there, but for right now it is what it is. And I got my doodads, thingamajigs, and trinkets up there on that shelf, which is probably going to go away sometime in the fairly near future. But right now I need to sort through a lot of more stuff. I need to kind of reorganize my toolbox so that it's not all in the way of the stuff on the wall right now, and I think I'm going to call that done for this back wall right now until I get more done on this right here. And as always, get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.